daughter, she's very interesting. She's a peculiar child. I mean, it might be because her dad was so. But anyway, she at school, she's extremely quiet and real subdued and shy. And she doesn't talk and isn't real social and stuff like that. The other kids goes and plays. She likes to stay next to the teacher and just kind of sit there. She goes in the classroom and sits at her table and eat her little breakfast. And all the other kids are, running and tucking and rolling and pulling toys out and things like that. She just kind of stays to herself. She's very obedient. She'll speak. She'll do what they ask her to do, but at the end of the day, she really doesn't really want to, engage and have a good time. And so they'll say things to her, like, all the other kids are having a good time. Why don't you go? And she's just like, I'm good. I'm going to stay right here, And then there are times when there's like a lot going on in the classroom, and the classroom seems to be chaotic and all over the place, and maybe it's a storm outside or it's a drill or whatever. And then in those moments, she gets even more withdrawn and is even more nervous when she's there. And so the teacher tells all the time, oh, she's so well behaved, she's so good, she does everything so right. And I'm like, are you talking about my child? Are we talking about the same child? And they say, sometimes they tell us, we're concerned because she doesn't have as much fun as the other kids, and it's because she doesn't want to, so we're concerned about that. And I'm like, are we talking about the same, this light-skinned, little cornrows, that we talking about the same? And then I begin to notice that when she's in the presence of her father, she acts differently. She's more loud. She's more outgoing. She's enjoying things. She's really social. She's laughing. She's cheering. She's playing. We can't even bring her to church sometimes, and she'd be on the stage sliding around and all types of stuff. She's just like off the hook. She speaks to everybody, strangers and all. But then when daddy's not around, she doesn't talk to anybody. She's real reserved. And then I notice that when daddy's not around, she gets real nervous when things are chaotic. But when daddy's in her presence, things can be chaotic. It can be a storm outside. It can be crazy. But she's still smiling. She's still laughing. She's still playing. She's still turning up. And I couldn't get it. But then I started to realize that the reason why she is this way is because daddy is present. And when daddy isn't present, y'all gonna miss this. Y'all gonna miss this. You see, you can be going through whatever situation you go through and circumstance you go through, and even when things get chaotic and the relationships gets real ugly, and your bank account starts to get real funny, and your boss starts acting real ugly, and all these things start getting real crazy, you don't have to start getting all stressed out and withdrawn. You don't have to start getting all crazy and bent out of shape. You can still smile. You can still cheer. You can still be happy, and people can look at you in the midst of sickness and say, why are they laughing during a time like this? And why are they smiling when their relationship is on the rocks? And why are they still happy even though their bank account is not? And then you can turn to them and say, because my daddy is here. Because my daddy is present. And whenever my daddy is present, there's fullness of joy. Whenever my daddy is present, I can be happy, I can cheer, I can stand in the midst of storms, I can smile in the midst of tragedy, I can rejoice in the midst of hardship because my daddy is here. And see, some of us are going through circumstances and seasons in our life more difficult than we need to because we forgot the fact that daddy is present.